Alright, what's going on, guys? Ghostland, I am here back for another Don't Starve Bug Edition. And today... come on! This is the first bug. Teleporting around in the water will sometimes crash your game. The second bug is... roads can clip outside of the land in the Maxwell area in World, I think, 3 or 4. It'll clip through that little place. If you spam right mouse button on a torch, if you have one in your hand and one in your inventory, or just spam click on the torch in your hand, you can have them infinitely. Bug nets will not take damage if you're standing still and push spacebar. As you see, still 100%. It works with bees and butterflies. I'm pretty sure it works with mosquitoes, but mosquitoes run around too much for you to actually be able to do anything to them. And as you'll see here in a second, butterfly spawns, it gets away from me, I chase it, I push spacebar, and it takes damage off of the net. You can get honey from bees in the winter if you harvest the beehive, or bee box, and then the bees will come out to attack you, and they'll collect honey, go back in, so you can have an endless supply of honey in the winter. And just to show you that the bees just don't grab any honey, right here, see, honey, after I collected it. Now here's another thing, if you are moving in a direction and then push Alt Tab or click off the screen, your character will move in that direction infinitely, no matter what you do, unless you push that number or you push that direction or just spam thing. And this is another, it's not really a bug, but it is to make the game harder. They just added 100 spiders everywhere, which it's like playing don't touch the lava, or don't touch the floor, it's lava, or whatever that game is. It's just, that's all it is. I mean, this is a good way to make the game harder. To progress, you have to go almost completely insane to get by. And if you go completely insane, insanity monsters are going to start attacking you. So you have to run through, eat some other stuff, or be insane trying to get through the Maxwell machine as fast as you can. Now, here's a bug. If you die closer to a touchstone than your meat effigy, you will regenerate the health you lost from making the meat effigy, but you'll still have the meat effigy to respawn from. But there's only like 3 touchstones in the world. So I spawned closer to the touchstone, and I have more health after I fill up. See, I have full health. And I still have the meat effigy. Okay, this is that Wes says cannot do that when pushing spacebar to pick up grass, or holding spacebar down. And he also has a death cry, even though he is supposed to be mute or not talking. And all the characters have that. I can't do that while holding space. And here's something, I don't really know what happened, but I think I issued some type of command to make Wes go do something down by the dogs. So the animation of the meat effigy breaking, or whatever, I try to replicate it a couple of times, as you'll see, by all the broken meat effigies, but none of them worked. So I think it was probably a spacebar command that did it. Just saying, the control attack or clicking away doesn't do anything. Okay, the next one is one-man bands become invisible while you drop them on the ground. You cannot click on them to pick them up. The only thing is to push spacebar near where you think it is. You can activate touchstones after you exit and re-enter the world. By pushing spacebar, you can pick up mushrooms that are underground, even though you can't. Paths are hard to see, the black ones, in the forest. I mean, everywhere else you can see them, but in the forest at night, with the 2mm radius around your character, you can't see the road. You can infinitely zoom out of your map, but you have to zoom back in if you want to see any details. Even though toothy traps and blow darts cost 1 dog tooth, they have drastic use difference and drastic damage difference. I mean, it takes 4 to 5 hits of a toothy trap to kill 1 pig, and you only get 1 blow dart that does like half of the damage that a toothy trap would. Like, that was 1 tooth for a toothy trap. You did have to reset it, but this is 1 blow dart. Doesn't even phase the pig. And that was 1 tooth. I mean, he was so mad he burst into flames. Next we have, if you set any resources or anything like that to more, the resources will be everywhere, no matter what biome. And I think it should be that resources will be set to their biome if it's set to more, but if it's set to lots, then it can be in any biome. Next, this installed mod screen comes up everywhere, and it cuts out the sound of the like scroll wheel type thing on the loading screen for generating worlds, and it just comes up every 2 seconds. There should be some way to store an empty backpack in the Maxwell machine to go into another adventure world in case you get like the Krampus backpack or a big backpack, but it should have to be empty. If you double click on food, right mouse button in your inventory fast enough, you will not eat it, you'll do the animation, and it's even more common with meat. Next is if you have an item in your backpack and the same item in your hand break, it will duplicate the item from your backpack to your hand. Here you can see there's a chunk line in between the grass areas where you can pick up the grass and burn them in fires or change it. You can chop trees or do any action with a different tool by right mouse button, and if a torch runs out while doing this, you'll have a unlit torch doing the item. The farms on the map are reversed for their icon, so as you see, they got changed. The improved ones are looking like the bad ones. Bunnies and spiders can set off multiple traps, as you can see right here. That one bunny set off 3 traps, but it takes damage to the trap, and there's only 1 bunny. And traps can be set off with no bunnies in them at all if you like leave the area and come back. Same goes for spiders, except for they will not get randomly set off. When the robot examines rot, he'll say that he can't eat it, but when he does eat it, he said, "I can still eat spoiled food." but he does lose both health and hunger and sanity. Sometimes while exiting the game, your computer will crash.